be the one to breach the contract. Leave that for someone else. Your contract is there to protect you in case the other party breaches the agreement you signed together. In that case, you can sue to recover any losses that you incurred. Lawsuits are very stressful and they can cause anguish. Be honorable, fulfill your end of the contract, and before you know it, your contract period will be over. You can continue to be business partners or friends with the other party after the contract is over if you choose, or you can go your separate ways. That is how good business is done. People who enter the entertainment industry and ultimately burn bridges with the people who help them don't make it far in the industry. Be honorable. Being honorable is just as important as making good music. If word gets around that you aren't a man or woman of your word, then very few people will want to deal with you, and it may hinder your career in the long run. When someone is looking to breach a contract, they will find any excuse to get out of the contract, so make sure you are fulfilling your end of the agreement to the fullest. If you don't want to fulfill your end of the agreement to the fullest, then don't sign a contract. Always scan or take photos of your contracts for digital safekeeping. There are several free phone apps that I use to scan documents, such as Genius Scan and Tiny Scanner. Usually after signing an agreement, I will take a picture of the document using Genius Scan, and then I will email the agreement to myself. That way, if the original contract is lost, destroyed, or damaged, you will still have a digital version to retrieve in the future. Know what type of contract you are signing. I'm currently mediating a situation where an artist I'm representing doesn't know whether he signed a recording agreement or a co-publishing agreement or both. I requested that his publisher send his recording and publishing contract, but they have failed to deliver. The publisher doesn't want the artist to know that he's not in a recording obligation with them because they are interested in eventually signing him to their record label of the same name. You must understand that if you sign a publishing agreement, that you are not signed to a recording agreement. Understand that a publisher's role is different than a record label. The artist didn't understand that his publisher couldn't stop him from creating opportunity and buzz for himself. He was expecting the publisher to promote him as an artist, but their job is only to promote him as a writer/composer. The artist is now upset with the publisher because he feels that the publisher isn't fulfilling his obligation. But when he signed the co-publishing agreement, he didn't understand that a publisher's role is not the same as a record label. As you can imagine, this is causing all sorts of conflict of interest, and that's why you must fully understand contracts. The artist took a $7,500 advance for 70% of his publishing share. Now the artist is about to hire a manager who wants 20% of all income, including publishing. If he wants to secure a major record deal, I can only imagine the record label will want a percentage of his publishing as well. If he goes through and works with the new manager and the major record label, he'll probably be left with 0% of his own publishing. This is really the worst case scenario, and the artist has put himself in a really bad situation from a music business standpoint. After reading the artist's contract, I then realized he was also in an ancillary rights deal, commonly referred to as a 360 deal, with the same producer that he gave 70% of his publishing and writer's share to. That means he's obligated to pay the producer another 20% of his gross income from any and all activities dealing with his career as an entertainer. The 360 is an exclusive recording contract between a record company and an artist in which, in addition to the monies from sales of the artist's recorded music, the label shares in other income streams such as touring and live performance